Hey guys, Tony, good morning. So I gotta admit, I'm pretty bearish. I'm 100% bearish on Robinhood. I actually sold calls for about a month out. Um, I think for the $70 strike, August 20th month out, picked up about a grand. But I think we're headed back to like 48 bucks. I think that's basically where I think we're headed. Look at this massive gap. We had a massive. I mean, this is the hour chart, but look at the daily. Look at the daily. Look at the daily chart. Look at that huge gap from 48 bucks to 54. I think we're gonna go back down and basically, what is it called? I think we're gonna go down. We're gonna fill that gap, possibly trade sideways to earnings and then move. But as of right now, I am 100% bearish on Robinhood, and I actually just sold $70 calls for August 20th. But look at that gap. Look at that. That's a huge gap. What's the percentage on that? What is that? A 12% gap? I mean, come on. This has to get filled. And I would argue that it gets filled a lot faster than it gets filled a lot sooner than later. Also, news came out that Robinhood officially files to sell somewhere close to around 100 million shares. I'm not really too bearish on that news. I don't really care too much about the news. I think Robinhood's a pretty solid company overall. I mean, it's a long-term hold for me. I'm not really looking at selling Robinhood anytime soon. I'm probably just going to be selling calls on this. Maybe every I'm just going to be selling month calls on Robinhood and possibly picking up like a grand or two just every month or so, as long as IV is high. But I think for now, I'm 100% bearish on Robinhood back down to 48.59. It's too big of a gap to not get filled sooner than later, especially with the news of the 100 million shares being sold. I definitely think that's enough to push it down here, possibly stay in this range, and then move to the upside. I mean, do we have major support? Let me see. I mean, I can't really do the weekly because there's like no weekly, right? But let's do. Is there actually any support that we can see? So there's support at 37, definitely support like at 35 bucks. Apart from there really is no other support. The only two support that I see is here, 35, 37. There's no resistance, there's no nothing. The only like resistance we can possibly actually do is up here back at like, whatever the actual high was on Robinhood, which is 84 at highs, right? So Robinhood at some point yesterday hit highs of 85 bucks. Absolutely insane. But yeah, I think this gap is too big to not get filled. I mean, it has to get filled a lot sooner than later, to be honest. Like usually gaps have a tendency of filling, they don't have to get filled within days, weeks, whatever, maybe months. But I think this gap is too big to not ignore. So I am pretty bearish on Robinhood for now. And I do think it's going to trail down from that news, possibly trail down up until earnings, and then whatever earnings is, maybe it jumps back up to the upside. I do think Robinhood is like a $300 stock. So I do evaluate this company more along the lines of like 300 billion plus, right? I think this company is great. I think they have a lot of growth potential. And if we do drop to 48 right here, I'm probably going to be buying all the dips on Robinhood to keep long term, honestly. But yeah, 100% bearish on Robinhood. Gap needs to get filled. The news is probably going to help that bear trend. And I'll see you guys later.